Um, Salila, Sukumaran, thank you so much for joining us today. Really appreciate you taking the time. I know that you've given a lot of talks like this. You've spoken to a lot of folks kind of across different aspects of Ayurveda and women's health. So we have a lot to learn from you today. But before I jump into our conversation as such, for those of the folks in our community that don't know, I'd love for you to just give a quick intro about yourself and how you got into Ayurveda and specifically women's health.
Thank you so much, Aparna. Such a pleasure to communicate with you, talk to you, and share with your community what I know about Ayurveda and what my journey has been. It is always a pleasure to meet wonderful modern women like you, just at the frontier of marrying our ancient science with our requirements of our modern life and being of service to the world. Really, what you're trying to do is you're trying to help as many people as you can, and that is where my motivation for jumping into Ayurveda as well comes from. I come from a lineage of Ayurveda physicians, and growing up in my family, I just saw that everybody always was about healing. And whether that was an injured bird we found on the road or a cat we found on the road, or when we are on trips, the way my parents would go gaga over the herbs and talk about properties and healing abilities of certain plants. It was always fascinating to me, and I thought that this knowledge was with every family that I knew. I thought everybody was this way.
Mm-hmm.
As I kept interacting with my friends and traveling with my father, who was in the Air Force, and seeing different families from across India practicing certain ways of eating, certain ways of caring for themselves, certain ways of cleansing throughout the year, I began to develop this, breadth of information
Mm-hmm.
about the way traditionally we have maintained our health that has been passed down through our ancestors. And once I moved to America and was disconnected from all that and went back to just living by myself and doing whatever I wanted
Yep.
to do, I faced a bout of extreme sickness in my body, mind, spirit. I was having miscarriages. I had about five in a span of 3 years because I'm a very A type person. I wanted to have that second child and I was ready to do whatever. And nothing was going to stop me. I was going to have my child. And at the end, I gave up and I was like, there is something about my body I do not understand anymore. Hurting, or I have this period issue. Even if those issues exist, we get past them very quickly
Mm-hmm.
because we are on our path, right?
Mm-hmm.
And every day we feel expansion. Even if we are waking up like, oh, I don't want to get up today and do that. But once we are up, we are like, no, my goal, my this is what I need to do. This is what I'm born
Right.
for, right? So we are completely focused on our purusharthas. Again, I have no better word than the purusharthas. That's
No,
what
no,
naturally comes to
absolutely.
me, right?
Yeah.
We are focused on our purusharthas, and the purusharthas give deeper meaning for our to our lives. So it life becomes so juicy. Life becomes so
Yep.
like delicious. My life is full of enjoyment. I'm not worried about whether I'm doing the right thing or the wrong thing. I just know this is where the how I need to live. And when we
Yep.
are bogged down by aches and pains and inflammation and hormonal issues and diet, and our conversations are so basic, like should I eat broccoli or should I be drinking dairy or should I be a vegan, those are all very base level conversations. When we are stuck in that base level existence, then we are not following our purusharthas.
Mm-hmm.
We The people who are following their purusharthas are talking about their purusharthas, their goals, their ideas, how they're going to get there. They will have their village, their tribe, their family, their community around us, them, just like you share with me, like both you and your husband are entrepreneurs, your family supporting you,
Absolutely.
your friends who are like
Absolutely.
researching with you, who are invested in the growth of your company. So your conversations 90% of the time is not about should I be eating idli or dosa, right? It's
Of
about
course
like
not.
no, right?
Yes.
So when we serve women who are often pulled into that baseline conversation, because we women are very much connected to our prakriti, to our body. So we
Yes.
must rise above this bodily consciousness and come into that spirit consciousness. so that we
Yeah.
can align with the goal of the spirit for us. However, because we are very body connected, body conscious, because we have these wombs that create, right?
Yes.
Many times we are negatively associated with our body. Like we are like
Yeah.
more worried about dressing it, beautifying it, or bogged down in the details of how to manage it rather than to use it as a powerful tool and to move forward using the womb intelligence, the heart intelligence, the consciousness, the chitta, right? So when we heal, this is what I am trying to bring into alignment in my clients. I'm trying to, like, if you go through my feed on my social media,
Mm-hmm.
really what I want to talk about is like this spirit and body alignment, because that is when things
Absolutely.
started moving for me as well. When I recognized I had a spirit and it was powerful and it was as present as my body, that's when
100%.
I started to, I was on my path.